Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another Super Metroid hack. This is one you may have already seen me do actually. This is Super Metroid Volta, which I am doing for a couple of reasons. First off, I want to mention this hack is dead, unfortunately. It's not completed, and Fire Phoenix, who was working on it, just posted the build he had and told people they can take whatever they want from it. So, yeah, unfortunately that happened. It happens with some hacks, and it's disappointing, but it's also understandable. It's one person doing something, making a game, albeit a lot of it's already made, the game engine and all that. But normally, you would have a team of people still working on all this stuff. So burnout, just lack of motivation, lack of ideas, not enough time, all that stuff contributes to hacks dying and going by the wayside. I would say this was probably the biggest hack that's happened to, unless... Oh, well, this is different. There's also a nice palette on those sort of mid-background tiles. Technically not background, but they are background. But yeah, I mean, the only other hack I could imagine being bigger than this one, that's had an effect on, or that's dead. I'm not even sure if it is dead. So, I'm hoping it's not, but you never know. But anyway, right at the start, game gives you some places to go now that you got more ball, but there's only two, and one of them ends in that missile door. So you need to go the other path, obviously, and guess what you find back there? It is indeed a pack of missiles, unless this has been added onto. I should say, I have not played this since I think the second demo he released while he was working on it, so that's been a while ago. This hack has been dead for, I think, a couple of years now, so... I guess this might differ slightly if... don't know for sure, but it might differ slightly if you look around and play in the final patch he released yourself, because Person 701 tweaked some things around a little bit to make things more... to make the stuff he built accessible, I guess. So there's like some parts or something in here that I should be able to reach that you may not be able to, just because Person did that stuff. And this is a map, okay? I've always liked the maps in this hack. Very strange looking. Got all those different kinds of map tiles in there. It looks nice. It's not just those big square map tiles in there. This is Super Door. I remember that room because I believe in the... Oh, another missile. The, patch I did for my first series of videos. That was Grapple Beam up there, I believe. So yeah, all the way from the first series of videos I did to almost five years later now, almost. I didn't actually realize I'd been doing this for that long, but hey, it's pretty cool. Never imagined people would really be this interested in Super Metroid hacks, so that's a nice little thing to come across. I actually started doing it partly because Fire Phoenix, he had some videos of Super Metroid hacks up. I'm like, well, I want to see more. So I was looking around on YouTube, and there really wasn't that much more. I'm like, or I couldn't find any more. There were some TSs and whatnot, but I decided I'd start putting them up just in case somebody wanted to look for some Metroid hacks on YouTube. Then be like, oh hey, there are some around. And there'd be no point to glitching that gate. And he wanted to make charge beam required. He was actually talking about this when he was making the hack. To make charge beam required, he made those cargoes only damageable by charge shots. It's an interesting way of doing things, but if it works, it works. And you got charge beam required from it. So the beginning is pretty straightforward. Like I said, this is an older hack. It is very, very vanilla. There's only one custom thing in this hack, other than pallets and some tile sets. Which, if you're interested in any of them, you can go ahead and grab them, use them yourself. He's finished with them. He's not coming back to it. So he said if he ever gets back into, which is not very likely, but if he ever gets back into hacking Super Metroid, he'd just start over again. So you can take what you want from this one. And there are some custom tile sets, and there are some really nice palettes in here, so might be something of interest. Like this criteria palette, for instance, you could use it to replace red criteria and not use that ever again. There's lettuce. Bombs are located up here. Not in this. It's a fake item orb. And there's a missile refill. And bombs should be right through this door, if I remember correctly. And there they are. We are back outside. Yay. And we have bombs. Now, something different that we'll get to quite a bit later is he wanted it to look like time was passing while you were playing the game. So it's blue sky, looks like daytime outside and whatnot right now. However, later on, we'll be coming back here, I imagine. At least just to show it off. But when we come back, we'll see the palette change to a sunset sort of area. It's the same tile set and everything, it's just the palette's changed. And it's accomplished with room states. And the thing is, in order to not make all these rooms require room states, because that would have been a whole lot of work, probably would have burned them out even faster. All these cave areas don't actually need their palette changed because they'd be getting their light from somewhere other than the sun, so, or whatever stars the planet's orbiting. And hooray, energy tanks just laying around. And a safe station. So yeah, these inside rooms didn't require save states. Save some time and effort. Get rid of these guys. And then right through here. Oh my, I forgot about this room. This looks very familiar to a Meridian room. That's kind of disappointing. And then this room. I wonder what it could have been. Come back. Stop. Stupid bug. Stop hitting me. Stop. Okay. And yay, another missile. Chizo just sitting up here. I kind of like this. Put stuff around elevators. Because elevator rooms generally just elevators. So, like redesign, put save stations. There's a missile here. And it's just out in the open. So, stuff like that kind of breaks it up a little bit, makes it interesting. And now here, it's part of the custom tiles that are in here. I don't know what game this is from. I know it's taken from another game. He didn't make or draw these tiles himself. Maybe he adjusted them a little bit, but if you're interested in any of these tiles, they're in there and you can grab them out of the patch. And can get that missile without charge. This room is key hunters. Oh yeah. And then, if you notice the scenery, this line of big rocks right there, kind of a little hint. Not kind of, it is a little hint. And hi bird, go away. And we've got even more place back here. He seems to like doing the, like in the Criterion area, the inside then outside area thing. Oh my goodness, birds, be quiet. I don't even. Great. And super door. Wonderful. Well, actually, we can need supers really soon. But we have to go through an interesting little twist on things later. But yeah, he seemed to like the whole kind of like inside caves and outside caves, which makes sense. You're in a planet exploring through caves and whatnot. But he seemed to have a really good balance on like inside and outside. Like a lot of hacks do that, but I think they don't pull it off quite as well. And there's something I like, showing the player an item they can't quite reach yet. Come back with, and it's a valuable item. Various suits, obviously, very, very valuable. Get up there, get up, thank you. And this I always thought was a little bit odd. There's a save station buried back here. And it's kind of hard to get to. I mean, it's not hard to get to, but kind of a little bit out of the way because I'm more for tunnel part. But oh well. Hi. So yeah, this looks way different than the first patch. I played. Like, this area was a bunch of. This was dark and inside caves and all that. Also, exactly why are the googly eyes crawling just on this floating rock? And why, or how did they get there? That's something of interest. Never really quite sure what. I don't know. Anyway, gate of no return unless you glitch it, but glitching required to beat a hack. Not a good thing. Maybe a sequence break, not such a big issue. To beat it is an issue. Yes, get out of here, stupid lettuce. Okay, and this is where things get a little bit interesting. Now we have to go this way. So now we're double stuck, the gate and the crumble blocks. So we go through here, and suddenly, passing through criteria again. And now, we're in terrain, or whatever. I know he's renamed them, I don't know what the names are. Now this tile set he was building to base off the Sanctuary Fortress from Echoes. Which, this tile set actually might hold a lot of promise. Like, all these neon-y parts could be made to glow, or maybe with the wires and lines. There we go. Just combine them. With those, you could end up making it seem more like the Sanctuary Fortress or whatever, with animated tiles and whatnot. Now this actually holds quite a bit of promise as a current tile set. Plus I don't think any other hacks use this tile set, nobody's bothered. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. But no one's taken it from this hack and used it in their own yet, so might be something to look into. And oh no, Mother Brain's room. It's a tall Zebatite. Remember, that's how tall they are, it just looks tall. But there's no Mother Brain in here. I think it was setting things up for that later. It's kind of an interesting take. You're going through the final area, sort of, right now. But you can't do anything in there, obviously. You pass through Mother Brain's room. And all that fun stuff. Yeah, this would... Oh, hi, Metroid. It's just stuck in solid blocks over there. But yeah, this is actually set up really well for a current tile set. And here's something interesting. Pirates we cannot hurt. And a locked door. We need to find something to fix that. And just like every other obstacle so far, the solution is not that far away. And it leads you straight toward it. It's always a good thing. It's a nice little background on there too. He might have drew some of that. Drawn, whatever. I don't know which word to use. It's English. That means I'm not good at it. Spazer. This used to be Ice Beam. And I'm not sure why there's a T on it instead of an S. Obviously redrew that. Was probably planning on renaming it to something or other. But now with Spazer, the most underused, underappreciated beam in hacks in general, we can defeat the space pirates very easily. Unlocks the doors, so we can get out of here. And the game keeps on flowing and going. It does open up, I think, after this becomes less linear. Well, after another thing or two after this. I think it was really planning on having it open up a lot more after you get super missiles and various suit. But obviously you didn't get that far. So we can just go through here. There isn't too much more to this area. But yeah, this tile set has a lot of promise, I think, for even current hacks. Might be something to look into if you're looking for a custom tile set. And this is an obvious hint. And pirates and a missile. Yay. Who doesn't love items? And we now have 20, or at least 20. That bomb looks a little weird. Oh well. If you redrew that to look like the blocks that are in this tile set, that would be pretty cool. Yes, get out. And actually, I think this is going to do it for this video because we are just about finished with this. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you for the next video.